Well, to really understand God's wrath, particularly in the book of Revelation, you have to think about where Revelation's going. And so if you think about the fact that God created the world to be a perfect, happy kind of place in which mankind rules the world under God's authority and perfect, immortality and power and glory and all of that, it becomes obvious from the very beginning of creation, rather with the fall, that sin and evil essentially is the constant corruption. And corruption is a word used constantly throughout Scripture to talk about sin. It's the corruption of what God made. And so it is the case that as Revelation moves towards chapter 22, the end of the book, wherein God restores creation, you get this sense throughout the whole Scripture leading up to that God's frustration with sin is that it's the constant destruction of what He made to be good. And so God's wrath, I think, makes so much more sense when we realize that God's angry about the fact that the world is being systematically destroyed by our sin, which means not just that He's, just hacked for no reason, but in reality He's angry because He loves His creation, and insofar as we destroy that, we're destroying something He made to be good. And so much of God's wrath and judgment has to do with anger and frustration, and ultimately the removal of those who systematically keep the world from being what God made it to be, and God made it to be good. So His frustration makes a lot more sense when you think about the creative purpose of the world and its destiny in that sense.